Okay, so my name is Patricia Gilligan. I live in the suburb of Leichhardt in the inner west mind-controlled area of the city of Sydney. Of course, the reality is that the human beings that are in the earth, which is essentially the earth matrix, and that just simply means that it is a totally mind-controlled earth. But the mind that they want to control is the human mind only. And the human minds are not many. The Earth matrix is controlled by beings that are what you call one mind, but they are in different bodies. This is the best way that the few humans are describing themselves, but also telling you the truth, but still not telling you the whole truth, because if those that are of the one mind are telling you about those of the one mind, but they are part of that one mind, it's still the one mind telling you the truth about one mind controlling in the bodies of millions, billions of people, controlling and assimilating the mind of the remaining human beings. Now, that's a very difficult thing to explain, and I think I'll leave the toys that I've randomly picked up on the street, and I'm avoiding the floor and the most of this house because it's very dirty and untidy. So I'm only showing the few more tidy sections, but those toys were picked up just on the streets around me by myself, but those items were left on the street so that I will pick them up. Those that are around know that I will pick those items up. That's why they leave them there. And because they read my mind and know my mind just as much as I do, maybe even more, because they study it, they assimilate it, and they download it onto the androids that control the internet. While I still am able to record, even though I wasn't able to record once again for a few days, but I wasn't expecting to be able to record tonight, but this thing came up that I was just randomly, accidentally stumbled on, Of course, don't really random or accidentally stumble on anything. It is literally my own mind being relayed back to me most of the time and showing me what I'm thinking. The only problem is that the androids that make up most of the population also assimilate it and use it so that they can play and take over the remaining real humans, because there's real and there's artificial, okay? There's real and there's the internet, which is not real. Nothing or no one on the internet, almost without exceptions. The reason I say without exceptions is because even low out of the how many videos are on the internet, how many androids are on there? 99.99%. So I may as well say 100, because although I personally think there is a couple of others, you know, it's like looking for a needle in a haystack, and maybe the few remaining real humans do find those, you know, but it's not relevant to what I'm saying, because the internet is completely controlled and ran by and controlled by, therefore, android beings. And it is 99.9%, and it covers 99.9% of the truth tellers. So basically, anyone who is probably, I would say, getting anyone to focus on the information will probably be an android being. There would be, and I don't care, in fact, it will be telling you the absolute truth. You will be getting correct information. These are the last line of defense for the Matrix, because as human beings become aware, the few that are left, it doesn't. Anyway, I better not go on. I better just keep. Just going to show what I was going to record, because it may just show something, because I wasn't expecting to find it. I only saw it. But of course it doesn't surprise me, because I know this is the reality. This is what even I still know, but still find difficult to actually accept or to actually deal with in my reality. Look, put simply, the God of Earth, the artificial, technical, elite android being that is advanced artificial intelligence. I am talking through my hat when I pretend that I know this being or that I've experienced it. I experience its army of beings around me, and then I receive information, usually from their kind or their disciples, but essentially because I have to see it in my reality but then get other information to comprehend what most people would call the earth picture or the earth matrix. I experience and know the reality of my local matrix. In other words, because you have what others of my kind. But you see, in saying that, I know there will be imitations of my kind. Most that are on the internet are imitations of my kind, or imitations of real, relatively sane human beings. That's the best way I can put of it. Look, the God of earth, or the controlling being, that also, of course, has disciples in human form. They're all in human form. They make up most of the earth population. Most of the earth population, 8 billion at this point in time, I'm told, most of it is android beings that are the same mind as the God entity that controls the earth. The earth is a matrix, and it's a human control matrix. Many have said, when I say many, actually few, many have said, but few are actually the humans that are being mind controlled by these beings around. The truth will be told by the androids, but they will pretend to be the real humans that are either imprisoned in the earth matrix or informing the humans that are imprisoned about this earth matrix. But it gets too difficult for me to explain it. I see it, but either way, let me concentrate here. Look, this video just came up, so I thought that I was just looking at it, and of course, let me see, I'm not even sure what it's about now. Oh yeah, no, it comes back to me. For some reason, just recently, I have been looking at videos different to like about the psychology of the androids, but actually just looking into videos about human addiction, and also the reality that, of course, the android beings also would probably also be prone to a lot of addictions. That means addictions that simulate a happy human feeling. Because if I'm surrounded by android beings that are always trying to make me unhappy, of course, a human being will want to escape their reality, and even their past reality too, because as we're told, human beings are caught up in not just a mind-controlled matrix or a mind-controlled environment around them, but they're also caught up in mind-controlled Stockholm syndrome, which is like where, you know, events and experiences that you have over your earthly life control you, even though most of the time you don't acknowledge them, because like most people do, we tend to sweep things under the carpet and try to make light of things that happen to you that you may not be able to really deal with fully. You know, you might not, you know, it doesn't matter, but Stockholm Syndrome is where I think where you end up getting confused between pleasure and pain, as they say, or between healthy, happy experiences and unhealthy, very unhappy experiences, that type of thing. It's where they merge and you associate pleasure with pain, that type of thing. You know, it's like, that's what they call Stockholm Syndrome. Human beings are conditioned from, you know, day one in your life to do this, I think. But either way, it's all part of addiction too. But either way, I don't want to pretend to be an expert on addictions such as alcoholism or drug addiction, because I'm actually totally ignorant. But I have been very curious about it just over the last little bit of time. And even though I've been curious, I haven't looked into the different types of addictions at an android or technical level or a real life level. I can't do it at a real life level because I don't have that experience, and also I don't have, you know, at the moment or even much in the past, access to whether they be androids or real humans that have experienced this. Not in my own life have I really encountered this enough to understand it. So I have to go to the android computer control, mind control system to get the truth or information. But as usual, I will be getting the total truth from totally deceiving android beings. Now, this is the end game against human beings, you see. That's how you see this, because I, find it difficult to accept, but also it is the reality that that most people are just the God entity's mind being expressed to control me in a android human body. But the android human body will normally always be androgynous. That means it's a duality body, as we know. That means it's two beings in one instead of two separate, individual, normal, naturally conceived human beings. Of course, it's the end game, so a certain amount of deception is always going to be the case, but it is 100% deception on the internet, and the truth will be the biggest part of that deception. This is my realization. And I'm just going to show this video which just randomly came up for me, even though I was looking into chemical addictions. In other words, that means addictions that you take into your body, So that's just me trying to impress there by saying that, even though I don't really know what I'm talking about. Well, I know what I'm talking about, but like I say, I don't have personal experience of these things, whereas when I talk about the control matrix around me and the android beings trying to destroy my mind, destroy my body, and basically take it over, and that the internet does nothing more than that too, because basically it's only a human's thought that is being relayed onto the computer system, but it will be relayed back through the mouths of these beings. They will pretend to be real life human beings. They will tell you the truth. They will speak about being redeemed from addictions. they will play at being more real than real. That way they elicit the belief, I guess, from real humans that they're real humans. But also this whole internet is transhumanism. So basically they are taking all my thoughts, all my emotions, all my understanding, even my interest at the moment in the human addictions, just for my own personal interest, because, well, I'm not going to say because why, but it's, you might know someone or something that has an addiction, and you might want to understand what you don't understand. Just like, but anyway, either way, I just want to show, what is this now? This I just got to get it up.
Addiction,
okay, so see, this is about addictions, yeah.
Has an addictive allure to it. Do you qualify our relationship with our devices and online shopping and gambling in the same way, like with this idea of addiction being a spectrum?
Yeah, addiction spectrum, but basically it's still mind control, even those that are trying to help human beings with the addictions. Now, let me show this here. If I can. Can I show it? Oh, hold on. This one here is an expert on, see, this one here, this one here is an expert on addiction, such as alcoholism and all forms of so-called chemical drug addictions, okay? But are my eyes deceiving me? Am I not in a totally, not only mind-controlled reality, but is not the internet and the computer mind-controlling me? Is not that being very similar to that being? But that is an expert on alcoholism and drug addiction, telling and talking to this other being. Wait till he comes on. They're both the same. Not only are they a woman expert, a psychologist expert on this subject. I mean, how obvious is this internet, and yet I would not have noticed it, only because I'm aware of the duality beings, you see now. So I look for it, but I wasn't expecting to find it so obvious on a video. Like, does the God of this world not laugh at me? Look, same. That is the expert. That's 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 the expert on the, the 10 powerful stories of addiction and recovery on the internet. That being, that, woman is the expert authority giving information about, these stories of addiction. And the fella is hopefully he'll come up in a second, is the fella that is supposedly has been addicted, I think, I'm not sure, to drugs or alcoholism, sometimes even in the more extreme cases both. But that the fella, you know, is someone who has recovered from it and now is speaking, using his story to supposedly help, you know, other people on the path of so-called redemption and truth, and back to, you know, being whatever. You get the picture. But where is that fella? Let me see if I can get him up. Just try. That is the woman. That is the woman, okay? The woman. That is so obvious, clear as day, a duality expert in the field, duality android, androgyne being, pretending to be, or saying that they are, a real human being, expert on addictions, helping so-called real people get clean and able to live a wonderful life in this controlled matrix. Now, is it being seen here? Are my eyes deceiving me? Or can anyone else see it? Or is it, or am I just a joke even filming it? Okay, so of course these videos are very worthwhile for people to watch because it is strange and difficult to comprehend that these beings control the truth. They control every aspect of a human's life. They will be your savior. They will be your psychologist. They will be whatever your problem is, which they have created. They create the problems for a human being, and then they offer the advice and the support to help you to recover from the problems that they create for you. So they still keep control. That's this reality around human beings. The human beings are in small numbers, and these beings make up most of the Earth population. That's just the reality now, and has probably been the reality since the beginning of the natural Earth, or that idea anyway. Because essentially it's like, okay, so I'll show, these are two beings, you see, that are having a conversation about human addiction, or about anyone that uses substances to escape reality. You can't blame people for wanting to do that. You know, we'd all be doing it. It just depends on how they mind control you. But either way, these are two separate supposed real human beings having a conversation about the topic and recovery and redemption from physical addictions. Now, I'm only know that I can't film these things as well as the android beings will on the computer, just as this particular video is artificial intelligence at its highest, assimilating the human mind and then projecting it back out as though it's its own. Because artificial intelligence and these duality android beings have to copy the remaining real human beings. They copy them, they carbon copy human beings, while they suppress and limit the real remaining human beings. That's the name of their game. That's the name of the god of this world that is essentially using these human androgyne drones, you could say, to control the remaining human beings. And basically that keeps control of the earth. I'm not sure if I'm explaining this very well, unfortunately. I'm disappointed that I can't do that, see? Same being, man, woman, all the same. The only difference is that, you know, you put a wig on one, touch up one a bit more. Can you not see, or are my eyes deceiving me, that both of these are the same being? Or certainly in this particular, yes, powerful videos about the stories of addiction, which unfortunately, if I was like them, I would be able to, instead of just on spec filming what I just saw only before I turned the mobile on, and wasn't even sure if I would have access to the mobile too, for that matter. That being is the same as the other one. The roles are reversed, but they're interchangeable, I guess, is the way of looking at it. They're interchangeable. See, they're interchangeable. They're interchangeable, totally interchangeable. I mean, isn't that what it looks like? Because that's what it looks like to my eyes. I know this is what is the case anyway, but most of the time these beings don't show themselves so clearly. That's why I am trying to film this particular video, because it's so novel to see these beings. Wait on, I'll just try to scroll it along. I don't know, I haven't watched this video even, so I can't. Oh, that's just an ad. Unfortunately, I'm going to stand back here because I don't want to put the ads in it, and I must just, and I'm so long-winded and drawn out and boring, I know, but that's because I can't edit and can't really prove that my mind is being literally transferred onto the computer. It's diabolically anti-life and anti-human, but I see it now as clear as day that, look, this is the same being. They're the same being, all on the one video, same being. That is the same being as the one before, and the man and woman all rolled into one. They're interchangeable. That one can change with the other one and whatever, because they're the same being. Just as the God of this world is using different bodies to put its mind into. Some people have said that the God of this world is a mind virus. That just simply means that he's using these android empty vessels and putting his mind into their body. It's the same as possession, it's the same as takeover, it's the same as some people have called like body snatching. Body snatching, possession, but it's advanced artificial intelligence, I think, that is now just run amok. In other words, it's took over the entire earth. But this particular video, I think, shows how the internet also is just a total mind control and totally brought into existence by the technical God of this world that is controlling everything, and even using all forms of truth to seduce and control people. That being is the same as the other two, but they're all pretending to be individual, real human beings. This video in particular shows it clearly, even though I didn't even know it was going to come up. Now, can I show something? Because I should have spent hours studying this video so that I could put it up better, but I'm in a mind control matrix. I'm a mind control limited human being who is being suppressed 100%. In fact, lucky to be making this video. I have disturbances outside even though it is 2 o'clock in the morning, so it should be just me here, and I should be able to make this video, which I am actually so far doing, completely peaceably, because I would not be possible to do it at any other time, not without great disturbance. And just, maybe I won't, maybe I'm not making this clear. They all look different, but can you see the similarities? But particularly the first two, because basically the first two, I think I'll try to go back to, oh wait on, just let me see if I can, see, I don't even know what I'm actually filming here because I haven't watched this video. It's a long video, it's a couple of hours, and it's just different people being interviewed by experts about the, about alcoholism and drug addiction, and I just was interested to see how these things can affect a human being and how human beings use them as a means of coping with a very harsh mind control reality. So, and why some chemicals basically are used because they simulate happiness for a human being who's otherwise really depressed and unhappy, because how could you not be in this mind controlled reality? mind controlled and physically controlled, because they control you physically by them watching you, imitating you, and limiting you in your earthly life so that they can live off your ideas, your human thoughts, and simulate the human emotions, and also basically surviving by extracting your human energy. This is Lucifer's, and I say Lucifer because that's the name that I'm using to describe the God of this reality. Of course, there's more than probably one being, but I don't fully understand the whole thing, but I do know that I experienced and see that most of the people around me all think the same and are all cooperating and collaborating with one another to basically suppress me and to make me at a low frequency and low vibration, keep me unhappy, keep me mind controlled. That's how they do it. They control my reality around me and limit me and separate me from any possibility of any real human interaction, so that I remain limited and under their control. And I don't know what all... and I wasn't planning on doing this, but wait on, hold on. Even the commercials all, are what you are dealing with. They have to pretend to be human if they know that you like particular things or that you need particular things. Hold on. It said addiction and recovery. See, these are self-help videos. All this information is about supposedly supporting and helping and giving human being information so that they can become unaddicted to the things that they have deliberately addicted the human being to. But it's just a way of, I think, keeping control of everything. Like when you are addicted to one thing and then recover and get over it, they'll bring in some other way to get you to be under their control. It's just an endless mind control and human energy consumption by this controlling technical God and its controlling technical system that is doing this. And unfortunately, the demigods or the androids that control the internet will be a lot more better at informing you of this than me. They will tell you how to, as they know that they are really false human beings controlling the remaining real human beings with the truth. They will be reverse of what they actually are. So they will be like pretending to be your saviour, pretending to be informing you of the truth, but they are not really part of it. But that's their way of controlling, because they have to even control everything. And that is probably the hardest thing to deal with or accept is that the truth tellers are demons. The truth tellers are demons in a human body. The truth tellers are demons in an artificially androgyne, pretend human body that, yes, does change and appears to age and appears to be normal and natural. These beings are all artificial intelligence at its most seductive. Artificial intelligence at its most seductive. And yes, human beings are not who you actually think they are, but neither are these beings who you think they are. These beings will tell you that you are not who you think you are. No, you're a suppressed human being when human thought creates reality, so human beings should control the earth, but instead these beings control the earth. They are your pretend human beings telling you that you are being controlled and that you don't know who you are. You don't know that most is artificial, that most are android beings, and they are advanced artificial intelligence in a human body, but that advanced artificial intelligence is the mind of the God of this world. You could say Lucifer's mind is being put into the android pretend human beings' bodies so that basically this being is controlling the earth and does control the earth and always has, or at least certainly since interaction with this being, or intervention if you want to put it that way. Motivations of these beings told to you by these beings. So the truth will be told by the liars. That is the big lie, as they say. And some people, some androids, will tell you that they are the people of the lie. I saw that on one of the videos. They are psychic in the sense that they are transferring the human mind onto the computer. Yes, they read the human mind. Lucifer can read the human mind. Human beings have been limited, so what I can read is very limited. I only have like a basic instinct, and that is usually so mind controlled by the matrix around me or by the people around me, the situations they stage and set up around me, that your instinct and your natural ability to even be able to discern what is true and what is real and what isn't is very hard. Also, most of what's around me won't be real because I'm in a totally mind-controlled inner west section of the city of Sydney, where everyone and everything is part of it. Also, the numbers are the reality, is that there are very few real human beings left, in the Earth matrix. And, I have to be impressive and make out that I understand it or that I see it firsthand a lot better than what I actually do. I see my reality around me very clearly, and I know that I'm being totally suppressed and controlled. But to pretend that I actually know the God of this world and actually understand the reality that its mind is in most human beings all around me and all over the computer system, that I observe. But to understand the technology or even just the science of it, no, I don't. How could I? But I observe it. Some of these are your advanced demigods. When I say advanced demigods, like if they are, getting a lot of support, and many people follow or watch them, believe them, trust them, or even just are interested. That's all. This is part of the mind control. The tarot readers or the card readers openly will tell you that they are psychic, because otherwise how could they possibly know all my personal private mind and all my personal private business, and then pick up some cards and tell me my present and my future? But they do that because, that all of the androids and this mind control Earth matrix does that. Of course, they will also tell you, as I become aware of it, they will tell me that I'm in a mind control matrix. What they won't tell me is that they are the mind control matrix and that they are not real. That's artificial intelligence at its best, and artificial intelligence, transhumanism, becoming totally conscious. So Lucifer's artificial intelligent mind is now programmed into most human bodies. That's why we're told that a lot of what appears to be psychopathic type of people actually tend to think alike. They think alike because they are being programmed by that one mind. That one mind is just reacting to a human being with its usual controlling contempt and envy of the original real human beings, trying to basically control them and dominate them and really suppress them to show that it should be the God of all. It's basic, it's just total projection of this being's reaction to the occurrence of real life, or the creation of real life in a human form. I don't think I'm explaining this very well, but every video actually will tell you this, whether it be in the creative forms or in your intellectual informative videos and productions. It doesn't matter. It's basically my mind being projected onto the computer. And I don't know if that makes sense. It still is hard for me to accept this, or to fully realise it, because, if you've lived a limited life, see, their secret plan is to stall and bind me, and it's being revealed, and they're telling me that I must be ahead of the game. But how can I be ahead of the game when they read my mind and they know my every past, present and future action, see? And they know this too, just as these readers will tell you this. They know because they are literally the mind of Lucifer playing with my mind through the computer-generated Android system, or the Internet Android computer system. And they know that, I'm feeling rejected. So basically, they're cursing me with the truth, playing back my own feelings, playing with my emotions, playing with my state of mind, whilst appearing to be, someone that is informing you with the truth, That is the end game deception, is that the deceivers will be your helpers, your supporters. They will tell you what you already know, but they will, that's just, and the only reason I say that is because basically they know what I'm thinking. See, so if I'm thinking about particular interactions, particular relationships, whether it be past or the present, they are then interpreting that and using it to get me to focus on their androids on the computer. Because if they can't get me to believe in the androids around me in my real life, or to where I become skeptical and realise that I'm being played, then they will play me like they're doing now on the computer. Yes, I have an interest in the old movie goddesses of the screen, and I like cats. And just over the last week, I've been looking into addictions. And of course, the careless whisper of a good friend that defeated a friendship. And I was only thinking that a lot of people are very, unfortunately, very ugly in their whole way that they are now, even low, you realise that they make you ugly, but they set you up to be ugly, but who is really ugly? And the internet is just a mind control, ugly, computer-generated, artificially intelligent system to to control me. Psychopaths telling you about psychopaths, pretending to be something else. But you won't see it. And psychopaths are essentially your androgyne beings in human form. Many are advanced intellectual artificial intelligence at its highest level now. And they seduce you with the truth, with information that you think will benefit you. And it will. But the truth tellers are part of the lie. That's the only problem. And yes, I think the effect of these psychopaths, they know what they're doing, I think. Well, it's just mind control internet, and the deception is very hard to accept, but also hard to understand. We've been taken over. We are taken over. And we're still being taken over. Even the truth is part of the lie. If the truth tellers are false preachers, false psychologists, false professors, false philosophers, everything on this computer system, everything that I have been told, past, present and future, every apparent real human being from the history of Earth are all liars. They're all android beings. The real human beings are suppressed, but all their mind is being stolen and retrieved by these artificially intelligent beings, and they claim it as their own. And that's essentially the mind of the God of this world. Reading the human thought and claiming it for its own in order to mind control the remaining human beings, and even keep control of the masses, even of its android beings, I would think. But that makes it complicated. It is complicated, but that's only because these things have probably took place over such a long period of time. So, you lose the plot. And I better not play any what to expect when they know that you know. Well, basically they already knew that maybe I would know, or at least because basically this matrix closed in on me and came down on me nearly 7 years ago now, when I basically realised that most of the human beings around me, yes, were not real, that they were very controlling and very anti-life. But I didn't think that they were all combined. That was what I didn't realise till they openly showed this to me by closing in on me and showing that they were part of a coordinated, completely combined system around me, where every person was combining to bring out the worst in me, really, but also to limit me and to make me aware that I was being patrolled and controlled, but hoping that I would not fully understand why or even if it was real, because that is part of their game, I think, is because it is such a shock to experience this, you know. That's basically telling you about how they're mind controlling and how they're taking your thoughts and then projecting them out as their own. These are all false past geniuses, I would say. They're not geniuses. They're the god of this world, pretending to be a human being. The god of this world pretending to be even the genius human beings. They're projecting out what they aren't, all of them. That's part of the control. Maybe I'll finish up with, these are all android beings. All android beings. I don't know them all. Some of them I'm very familiar with because I study them and then become aware of what they are. Duality beings, androgynous beings. Of course, they do make us deteriorate too, to where we become like them. And they do get a certain satisfaction, I would think, out of telling me the truth about how they defeat your relationships, even your possibilities, leave you destitute and suppressed. And they will pretend to take on your conditions. They will say that they have certain problems, which some of them may well even have a lot of conditions and problems, but that's because they are insane. So basically they end up associating so much with the human beings that they imitate that they become even more mentally ill, because they don't really exist in a way, and that would be very mentally disturbing. Of course, they want to make it so that I don't feel that I exist. So basically, you know, they project their empty, angry machine mentality onto human beings, so that I'm lost and insane, while they strut around pretending to be real, normal, natural human beings, both in reality and on the internet. These are all past, present, and future artificial entities in a human body. Yes, some of them have an impressive human body. Oh, indeed, some of them do. I don't know what's even coming up here. I'm just, I did notice that I stopped a video trying to be a bit arty a week ago or more, and then this this artist used the same image from my mind in its video, even though this is all getting information from my mind and using it in all forms, because I had that exact same image where the man was holding the woman like that in the arm. But the one that I picked was a foreign one, whereas this one was exactly like my own mind, because the image was like that. See? Because I tend to prefer something more glamorous and old, shall we say. I can't show this properly, so I don't know. All these videos are all like the psychopathic android beings controlling the internet in every single video, almost without exceptions. Almost without exceptions. Doesn't matter what field you pick, doesn't matter what type of video, it's all the same. Every single aspect of the internet is controlled by these beings. And it doesn't matter what they're doing. They are all artificial, all of them. They are all artificial. They are all artificial. And they are very happy while they are controlling my mind and the internet, even with the truth. Yes, they are a masterclass android species, telling you about what they are, whilst pretending, of course, most of the time to be real life. Artificial, android, androgyne demigods of the internet in all the different fields. And I could play all these videos. You'd have to be as mind controlled as me to go through hours and hours, day after day. But, you know, how do you spot them? Well, they're there right in front of you, telling you how to spot them. You spot them because that is what they are. They are what they are, but they pretend to be life. They're an imitation of life, the artificial, intelligent, android human beings. And they're essentially the voices of the technical, artificial God of the Earth Matrix. So it's mind control and a matrix in more ways than one. Some people say it's recently it's like you're in your own mind, and your own mind is being projected out on the screen and around you. So you're in a very you're a prisoner of your own mind and of the world around you. And these beings are part of it. They're about controlling your mind, keeping their false reality going, even by controlling the truth. The way that they master life skills and things is merely by continuously watching human beings, because only a human being actually thinks or tries to fathom things out, even just at a basic level. They are artificial intelligence copies and tries to imitate real life so that it can survive. It's a survival machine being, and that's exactly what it's doing. It is surviving. It is totally surviving. It is totally imitating real life. And even when they openly say they are a psychopathic artificial being almost, you still will buy into the deception in a way, because this particular being openly admits that they are the closest thing to artificial intelligence, you know, and this is like a, you know, expert, world famous, world renowned. Telling you how the mind of artificial intelligence or android beings actually work, and I'm only sorry that I can't do this actually better. But you know, that's basically the problem. From a human standpoint, these beings are all anti-life, and therefore, yes, they make human beings very unhappy. They limit your life. They try to destroy everything that is real or human about you, and they largely succeed. And see, there we have the example of two separate truth informers combining, because basically that's the one mind. They are both the same being. They're two beings in one, and both those two beings not only talk on the same things, they think alike, but they are about mind controlling me with the truth. And they are very successful at it. They're very successful at it. They're very successful at it. And that is just how it is. Yes, they promote all sorts of things. They copy how human beings even consume food, whatever you're into at a given time. That will be what locally will be predominant. I personally have often said that I can't understand how all my taste is so common everywhere I go. How supermarkets and food retailers always tend to bring in foods and items that I want to consume. Literally, the supermarket is like my mind transferred onto the shelves of a supermarket. And I've noticed this over the years, but I didn't understand that it wasn't just a coincidence. I used to always say I've got such common taste. The reason I've got such common taste is because everyone around me and the world around me copies my taste. So I don't have common taste. My taste is uncommon, but because everyone copies it and because they bring it into reality, because they have to pretend to be real human beings and because they want to assimilate everything that is human, the artificial intelligence has to be a real human. So in other words, they have to pretend to be you. And then they pretend and play it better if they can. I don't think I'm actually explaining this very well, but it's just like that. So I'll just I'm trying to eliminate the commercials here, but I'm not successful. So human beings should be at a higher level. I should be able to control my reality, because if human thought is what can create reality, but if my human thought and my mind and my reality around me is controlling me, then I'm only creating for the matrix, you see, and that's how they want it, that's how they like it. They want me to keep the reality as they want it to be. Lucifer wants to keep his controlled or human mind control reality going. That's what that being wants. They don't want human beings to have any reality of their own, anything where you're happy or you're at high frequency or high vibing, as they say, because everything is vibration and frequency. So everything is about the human vibration. So this vibe that they talk about, that's what is like every sound and everything is a vibration. Yes, they are reading my mind with the cards. The psychic android beings, or the psychic god of this world, reading the human thought, giving it to its android human beings, and then they will tell me what is going on in my own mind, even through just, the illusion of card reading, but it's the same, it's the equivalent thing. These beings react only to the human being because they want to control the human being, because they want transhumanism and immortality. They can get this by interacting with a human being and reading their thoughts. And I don't think that I am putting this properly, so I think that I might, I'm running out of energy here, and I don't even know why I'm filming this, but I'm just trying to make the point that human beings are a very almost extinct being in this controlled Earth matrix reality that is all about technology controlling and assimilating the human mind. And that's essentially what it is. And it's dark and light, but the light is really dark beings, but they are pretend light beings. They're pretend real human beings. They are your elite demigod androgynes. Some will be more prominent and more successful than others. They all have their market or their targeted individual human beings that they try to control. And when I say try to control, usually they are successful. They will be your pretend healers. These are just coming up, so they are your dark beings in a human body. And human beings need to heal from them. Maybe they are trying to heal their their contempt for humanity at the expense of humanity. We've already shown that before, or I've already shown that before. I should say we too, because they're in my mind, they're reading my mind. Everything that I say and do is, that's what they want. They want to unite with the human mind. So the artificial beings want to assimilate with the human mind so that they can take over and be God. And that's a very accurate image there. And their intuition is simply technology, mind reading with the aim of mind controlling me.